Good morning. We are outside. You're probably going to hear some hummingbirds, which is actually beautiful. I'm going to do something pretty loose, easy, nice outside. We're going to be using today one of our pigment liners, and it's a number 8 that I have here. I have a number 8 jelly roll. I have a number, well, it's the 0 for the synthetic squirrel round quill brush. I've got, let's see, well, we're going to use the MeiLiangs today. So, go ahead and open that one up. Colors that are in that particular palette are here. So what we're going to be doing essentially is I'm going to be laying down some color. And from that color, we're just going to be doing some designs based on what we end up putting down. So let's start with that. One of these colors that I absolutely love is this Chinese red. I've done poppies with this that have been just fabulous. So we'll start there, and I'm going wet on dry, and then we can expand on that a little bit. So I'm just kind of, see what I mean about this color? It's like my favorite lipstick color. Just putting down some red. I'm gonna just wet and kind of get that to flow a little bit. There we go. Let's go in with some, let's do the sea blue. So here, this one right here is what I want. And these are very easy to re-wet, as you can tell. So I'm going to lay some, see how pretty that is. So that over here, let it, if it wants to, it can bleed into, oh, thankfully it does. I love it when it does. Okay, there's some blue. And I am grabbing violet oxide, I believe. We're gonna grab that and pull it right over here. Hopefully that will also bleed a little into the blue. Beautiful. All right, let's get some of the permanent orange. Let's rinse our brush a little better for that one. My power must have gone out last night because I woke up to the fire alarm thing beeping, my alarm system, and I'm thinking, that means the power must have gone out. So it must have stormed. I must have slept awfully good because I did not hear it. Normally I love a nice thunderstorm. So you get the idea here. Now we're pulling in this beautiful orange, which complements the purple perfectly. They work so well together. And then over here, I'm going to pull in a green, the emerald. So that would be this one right here. Let's just pull that in. See why? It just works. So there we go. And that sunshine me. But if you hear the hummingbirds, sometimes they will get right in my face, so they may actually even get on camera. They are plentiful this year. So you see what I'm doing. I'm just basically kind of blending all these colors. That's fine. Having just a little bit of a bleed is perfect. So we're gonna let that dry for just a moment. Okay, we are dry. So let's continue on. So what I want you to think about is we're just going to be putting down some patterns, and we're going to start kind of highlighting different things. So I'm going to take, for example, very loosely and really just kind of highlight that area right there. Now, I probably want a 10, but I don't think I have one, so that's okay. This 8 is gonna be fine. So now that I've done that, I'm going to, within that area, I'm gonna define something that says something to me. And in this particular case, this is gonna be all kind of about patterns and things like that. So I'm gonna take, for this particular one, I'm just going to put in something kind of simple, just whatever you want. This is kind of like, it's a way of using your pens and your ink to design something that's abstract, but really just kind of easy going. It's just whatever you want it to be, and you will find that as you go, you can create some really nice, just a abstract piece of art that you don't have to think about. You just kind of let it go and be whatever it wants to be. Now this up here, this area, I'm actually going to want to do something like, I'm going to put something like a grass in here. I know it sounds odd, but trust me, it's just going to be whatever you think about, maybe for the color, or you know, whatever it is that inspires you about that particular area. So I'm just going to put a little bit of grass up here, and something like that. And then maybe in this area over here, I'm going to do this. You see what I mean? Very, very, very simple patterns, things that kind of just speak to you. Okay? And I'm liking that. So now I am going to turn this way. I'm going to actually go around this again, a little heavier. You hear those hummingbirds? They are buzzing all around me because I'm so close to their feeder. We've had so many this year. I love them. So just kind of highlighting that area a little bit more. I'm loving this shape here, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in this heart because it just needs to be there. You see it? Sometimes that's what it takes. And then this here, I think I'm going to take something like this and maybe make some flowers. My own little creation over here. I have no idea what these are. My neighbor just called me a minute ago and told me that, he said, how long was your power out last night? But he said that the transformer blew, and I slept right through that, and it is right on the corner. Actually, my office, my home office, is on that corner of the house, and one time I was working, I might have even been in a meeting, and the transformer blew. It scared me. It sounded like a bomb went off, and it scared me so much that I literally went outside expecting to see planes going overhead. You know, I mean, it was like that loud because it was really literally outside my window, and they're so loud when they blow. Dog hears something. I love coming out in the mornings. See how pretty that is? So simple. And now it kind of, you know, can go a little bit more with my grass, however I want to do it, which in this case, it's like that. Now with this particular heart, I think I'm gonna go in with just some little circles. You can see here, hope you can see that. Just throwing some little circles in here. I don't have to do the whole heart that way, but that's kind of what I was feeling. It is Labor Day in the US, and somebody has decided Labor Day would be a good day to work. It should be quiet and peaceful. Someone's mowing their grass. So I'm going to pause you and I'm going to put some music. trying to decide, and I want to do something kind of wavy. I think I am going to make some little houses. And I'm serious. I have no idea where this came from, but they are going to be cute little houses. Maybe even just a couple. I don't know. Don't want them to be perfect. See? Just like that. Like our little door. There's one. And then all right, some building shapes. Something in the back with an arc over a roof. Don't know. Maybe it's a moon. Right, and we'll just do this on this roof. All right, I think we're good. You get the idea. There's a little village, something. You can put in some on these trees, make them a little different. You can throw in some. There's a way of doing a design, and I'm going to show you what that is. I'm just going to kind of go here. Now I'm going to go back around just like that, and back around just like that, and back around just like that, and you'll see what happens is you will end up with something very organic that just kind of builds on itself. I'm telling you right now, you will just be so hooked on them because they can be just so random. And from here, let's go back out this way. And then I'm gonna go here. All right. They're so much fun because you can just kind of go all over the place with it. And down at the bottom here. Oopsie. Working in a sketchbook is great, and I love these, but the 3-ring binder, or the 6-ring binder ones, I should say, and I ended up not using the original cover. I ended up getting this nice cover. I'm doing upside down again. This nice cover that I bought that comes with a planner inside, but I just loved it, and it was not that expensive. And if I can remember where I got it, I will put it in the, let's get back to our page here. In the description. You can see I've used this one a lot. There we go. All right. See how nice this comes, where it's just so random and it's got so much character. It's a beautiful abstract, and you can see it framed. You know, as you start building on it, and you can see, well, you know, I want some darkness over here, so I can add this. I might put some little white lines in the middle of these, just whatever you think, and keep all of this bright orange area. It's just totally, totally up to you and your imagination what you want to do with these areas. Squirrely kind of ones. And let's just do it. So some of these we can treat as dark, and then just leave a little kind of light area in there. And just like you're following this around, and it comes through there. Then over here, let's, for example, pull this one like that. Then let's just say it was coming through here. When you're working on white, just white paper, and you're just doing this ink, it's kind of called Zentangle, some of it, these types of patterns where, if you're not familiar with Zentangle, I would highly recommend looking into it. It is so relaxing, and it can be so rewarding to just kind of be putting, you know, patterns down on paper. And because you don't have to think too much about it, and you'll just start to see it develop. And I don't know, I've got so many of the framed ones that I've done where you can do, just like I did a heart here, right? Well, imagine that's a horse, and that horse is broken up into a lot of different sections like this on white paper, and each section has a different pattern. It's just beautiful, and it can be very easy to do. It could be a lot of fun. So I do highly recommend, if you've never heard of it, just look up Zentangle. I believe it was a couple that started it, and it just really kind of took off because it is so relaxing. There's a lot of books that have the patterns that you can try, and some of them, this is one, obviously circles, something like this. Most of what's on here, aside from the houses and these flowers, would be considered, and even maybe the flowers, something that you would find in a Zentangle pattern book. There's a lot more patterns, tons and tons of patterns that you can do. And that's what makes it so fun, is that when you start combining these patterns, and it doesn't have to be in the shape of anything in particular. My favorite one I did, though, was a dragonfly. Absolutely loved doing that one. But even if you're not doing it in the shape of something specific, just random, like I'm doing here, kind of gives you a freedom of just building on something, you know? What I'm going to do right now, for example, on these polka dots, I'm going to put a circle around each one. A really cute little design to do. Maybe put it on a little card. Even this, like what I'm doing here, you can imagine doing something like this just on a little card. You know, put something in the middle of it, a little greeting, some kind. Get your little calligraphy pens out and put something fun. I mean, look how it's transforming this particular area. And I like it because it feels more balanced to me. It needed something in my eyes. And I will step back and I will look at the whole thing again and see if there's somewhere I want to put some white, if there's somewhere I want to put some darkness. There we go. What else? Now I want to darken those in, which I can. So that randomness of the background as well just kind of adds to it. Last thing I want to do is I want to put some dark in this area right here. And these stems can be much darker. Stick with this little heart theme going on over here. Like little buds. Do we want to change anything? I kind of do. I want to add something over here on this. Either it's somewhere in these houses. Maybe the trunks of the trees, branches. Right in here. And I'm not sure I like the white in here. I think I'm going to go back. See how perfect it is to be able to do that. I think I liked it being dark. We'll cover it back in. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do here. And I think this will be my last part over here. All right, I think we're going to call it. What do you think? Bring it a little closer so you can see all of the different areas. Very simple, but fun. And it's a nice little thing you could put in a frame. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you will like and subscribe to the channel so that I can continue bringing you some fun things to do with your paints and your watercolors, your brushes, your markers, all kinds of things that we'll come up with, all kinds of fun ideas to use that creativity that you have and make it something special. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.